Alright, we're going to do our next video here with 10.5. Trying to get out of this parking lot, which we're facing right in here. Oh, look at that. Figured that out. Honestly thought I would have to kind of get it pointed out of here. Wow, that's impressive. I was not expecting that. I literally thought that was just going to be a dud start to this video, because I was just pointing right at a dumpster. And it cut the wheel all the way, turned, pulled up the stop sign, and pulled us right out. That was amazing. I'm really surprised by that one. 10.4 would not have done that at all. I'm going to have to check out what some of the others are posting, but I can only assume, based on my experience, that everyone's pretty pumped up about this. Because this is just night and day. Alright, so this is kind of cool because this is like really skinny lanes. That's a left lane, this is a straight lane. Okay, it's taking its time. Alright, I'm going to give it a little pedal. Someone's behind me. Alright, get going. Oh, I got to bump up my speed limit. Alright, there we go. A little slow through there. But, I mean, it went over to the side like it was supposed to. I mean, it handled it fine, honestly. The only thing was just giving it a little nudge with the pedal. Just to go ahead and roll through. But I'll take that all day long over what 10.4 would have done. And it's kind of funny, like, you know, 10.3 came out, and then there was the issues with the collision warning and a lot of fan braking, and so, you know, they pulled it back for those that have been following. And then, I don't know, it was maybe like 24, 40 hours. It wasn't terribly long, but they rolled out 10.3.1, and so that addressed the issues. And then overall, it was a pretty good build, I'd say. You know, I really enjoyed it. And then 10.4 came out, and it was just a disaster. And we had it for weeks. And obviously, they were taking their time to build the next iteration, but you know, it was interesting because I almost felt like God, like take 10.4 and just pull it back. I mean, as much as I didn't want to lose the beta, like, it was almost unusable. I mean, you could use it. It was good for a straight line, you know, so I don't want to exaggerate it. I mean, I've got plenty of videos where it's usable, so that's probably a harsh way to put it, but I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just getting spoiled here with 10.5, because now that I have this, I'm just like, my God, this is what it was supposed to be. 10.4, well, it had a purpose. You know, it could do some things, again, to be fair. It was awful. Just awful. So, good riddance, 10.4, and hello, 10.5. Alright, so we are just waiting for the light here, but this light is pretty big intersection. When we go across, it does kind of have this little shift. So I'm in a lane that can go left or straight, which I think is always fun when the beta picks that lane, because, you know, cars in front of me could very well be going left. And so it has to kind of detect, like, all right, keep going straight. And it also keeps it from necessarily seeing, like, how the lane's going to shift ahead of it, you know, because of the cars in front. So, at least to an extent. But, all right. So there you go. You can see people going left. Well, maybe you can. Oh, interesting. All right. So see how this shifts? Hopefully you can see it on here. So the beta just made the decision. It had the room to do it. There was a gap between this Jeep in front of me and the car behind me. But it made the decision as we were starting to that intersection to go ahead and move to the right lane, which was more of a dedicated straight lane. So, you know, switching lanes in the intersection, maybe not ideal, but I mean, I checked. It was safe. There was no one there in the way. I mean, people do it all the time, so you know, it's not very uncommon to see. But I thought it was an interesting choice, but nonetheless, still, I mean, it's doing things safely. I'll take that over it going out there and stopping in the intersection because it's confused or something, you know, something stupid like that. So anyway, now we're just cruising along here. Got some folks gonna be turning right, so pretty easy stuff for the beta, but still braking for that. Alright, so we're going to be doing a left up here, but, let's see, 0.9 miles. But something that's going to be interesting is what it's going to do around this firehouse. So there's a firehouse up here that 10.3, well, and I'll just call it, 10.3, which, includes the 0.31, but that was just a patch. But anyway, 10.3, 10.4 would both phantom brake in front of this firehouse. It does have one of those kind of like emergency yellow lights that they can activate when they need to get the fire trucks out, but it's not always on, it's not always flashing like at all times. I kind of wondered if maybe that trips it up, or the fact that they love, washing the fire engines, which I swear they're gotta be the cleanest fire trucks on the planet, because they just wash them like 5 times a day, it seems like. So anyway, when I got them all pulled out, they're closer to the road, they test the lights and all that stuff, so I don't know if that trips it up, but anyway, it's coming up here. I'll kind of call it out. Be curious to see how it reacts. Alright, so it'll start coming into view here shortly. So I don't know what that was. We moved to the right lane and we moved back to the left lane. I mean, not anything bad. Okay, so here we go. So this is the thing. So I think it's this. So see, stop here on red, and then this emergency signal, which is green, but they can literally stop traffic back there if they want to get the fire trucks out. So it didn't do the phantom braking. It did kind of slow down a little, like maybe it was waiting to check that light. It wasn't bad though. I mean, much improved from before. So now I'm starting to get more convinced that that's what the intent was. It was just in the prior versions, it just was just straight up like just phantom braking. All right, we're gonna go for it. We are. All right, we just made that left. So this was in my video yesterday, turning in here, but that turn in from either direction has been awful in the last 2 versions. I mean, it would do it, but the wheel would move and it would just be all dramatic about it. So now I came in and did a right turn last night, and it was perfect. And then I just did the left in, and that was just perfect. So literally we've hit it from both directions, and it's perfect. So right there, right before we took the right, it's still kind of hugging a little to the left. I mentioned it in a lot of the videos. I am gonna just guess, as I mentioned before, that maybe it's to avoid, hitting the curb or whatever. But all right, here we go. So car coming up. Oh, handled that nice. So still doing that kind of drifts off to the middle when we're cruising here with no lane markings, but saw that car and got out of its way, which was awesome. It's been navigating around all these things in the street, no problem. Trash cans galore, all this stuff. Everything's looking good. Alright, so last thing here before I wrap our video.
Now turn left.
We've got our lovely Dodge Durango. That is, I think, I don't know, I almost wonder if it even worked, because it is like always there. So looks like we're still doing kind of our creep out. It did this last night. I wanted to try it in the daytime, so that was our daytime test. So it still kind of went slow. It is doing it with more confidence though, for sure. So I think it's getting better. As I've stated in prior videos, I can understand why a computer, learning system, AI is going to look at that vehicle and want to take a moment to assess if it's moving or not, if it's parked or if it's about to take off, because we'd literally be cutting right in front of it if it was going to move forward. So I can understand that. It's not that bad, but be cool to see as future versions come, maybe from a distance, and kind of sort that out. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank y'all.